After 2.5 years of rate increases, all eyes on the Fed next week as it meets and considers a rate cut. In the meantime, according to a new survey from NerdWallet, many Americans have big plans if the interest rate is cut. Consumer investigator Rachel DePompa explains in this Watching Your Wallet.
American consumers are definitely keeping an eye on what the Federal Reserve decides to do with the interest rate. NerdWallet found 61% plan to take some financial action once interest rates go down. As Sarah Rathner with NerdWallet tells us, that includes buying a car, refinancing a loan, or even investing some of their savings.
They could use this as a time to finally shop around for a car if they were planning on financing that purchase or refinancing their mortgage, especially if you bought your house about a year ago when mortgage rates were around 8%. Now they're closer to 6%. So it could be a moment to refinance your mortgage depending on what your rates are.
Rathner says interest rate cuts, if they happen, typically happen pretty slowly and methodically. Most experts are saying if it's dropped, it would likely be around 0.25%, which could have a bigger impact for mortgages and car loans.
But credit card debt is still going to be expensive. You're not going to save too much money per year in interest when rates go down by 0.25%. And the thing is, credit card debt is always expensive, regardless of what the Fed decides to do. That's because it's a short-term unsecured loan. So by its very nature, it's going to charge very high interest rates.
Rathner says if you do have credit card debt, don't wait for the Fed. Start making a plan now to tackle it and pay it down as quickly and aggressively as possible. She says try to free up money in your budget by cutting back on things you don't really need. Any money you do free up, she says, send it to the debt. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Now let's head back over to Wade for another look at our forecast.
And Agnes, a warm afternoon made it up to 90 degrees officially at the Lake Charles Regional Airport. I'll let you know what to expect for this evening and the next 10 days ahead right after this.
Pat Williams Construction is proud to be the general contractor for KPLC's rebuilt new home. Locally owned and in business since 1978, Pat Williams Construction specializes in commercial buildings, educational facilities, historic renovations, medical offices and complexes,